Hey guys, let's talk about our Sunday nights. Our Sunday nights have been something that have been well attended, and for good reason, because good Christian fellowship is occurring. It's a time where we've come together, we eat a meal, we engage with one another over the table, and just laugh and have a great experience and enjoy good food, and then we go outside or inside, wherever it may be, and enjoying a good game, a time of play, and that it's so important for those two things to be part of our day of rest. That it is so important for those two things to be part of our fellowship together. As far as what the new model is going to look like, that's not going to change. We're still going to keep doing those two things. But what we want to do is expand what we mean by fellowship. Fellowship doesn't exclude worship and small group. It actually includes it. And so taking the name Sunday Night Fellowship, we want to expand the definition of it. And so we'll go from a time of food, a time of play, a time of worship, and a time of small groups. We think those four elements is really going to enrich what fellowship really means for us as a staff and us as a youth ministry. That they are four different elements that can broaden our understanding and deepen our discipleship with one another as what it means to be part of a fellowship among Christian brothers and sisters. And for those that aren't Christians, to come apart and see what that's all about, that those four things are really important to the core of our faith. And so we want to share that as much as possible. Part of the reason for doing that is so we can lighten the load on y'all, that we can expand Sunday nights by an hour, and by doing so we can actually get rid of Wednesday night structured time. That being said, we're not getting rid of D groups. Like I said, Sunday nights will be an opportunity for our D groups to engage. Part of this is, today's culture, we're more busy than we've ever been before, and so it's important for us to make a priority for stuff like this within the church, to make time like this with one another. And so we just want to lighten the load and saying, just give us one day. One day to commit, saying, I'm going to be all in for this one day. And we think that this is a great opportunity to do it. And in the process, we're still not getting rid of anything. We're adding, we're basically combining, Sunday nights and Wednesday evenings, and adding the two. Will it look exactly the same? No, of course not. It's really hard to add two elements and expect the same results, but we're actually hoping, it'll heighten our understanding, heighten our relationships to a level that is glorifying to God and to His kingdom, and to sharing the gospel. That we understand that growth doesn't necessarily come with larger numbers, but growth comes with the best and most opportunities to share the gospel. And we think that by adding these two nights together, it actually enriches what's happening on those Sunday nights. And so you may be asking, I really like that midweek engagement and break from what's going on. We're still going to be doing stuff midweek. We as a staff are actually, we're breaking up into D groups and D group leaders, and these D group leaders will be in charge of coordinating midweek events for their D group. So they're going to be meeting on Sunday night as a D group, but they're also going to be meeting during the week according to your schedule. And that's what's the beauty of this, that this new schedule allows for a ton of flexibility. Let's say, Wednesday night still works for your D group. Meet Wednesday nights, that's great. But maybe it's like, hey, I got a game Wednesday night, or I got a performance Thursday, and I need to prepare for that on Wednesday. It's like, okay, can everybody meet Tuesday? Sure, that works great. It's up to you as a D group and as the D group leader to kind of, keep accountable to that time, and that's hard sometimes, but it also allows for the flexibility in y'all's schedule, and we know that you're so busy, so we want to give you that flexibility and saying, commit to Sunday nights, be there Sunday nights, be a part of all that's going on Sunday night, but be prepared to, have another time during the week to meet with your D group. And those times are going to look very different. Sunday night, the D group meetings are going to be more curriculum, be more structured, engaging in cultural issues that will, amongst your group, and talk about it in that time. Those are engagements through conversation, through struggles with whatever's going on with your group. The other time during the week is just fun. It's more fellowship. It may be a continuation of those conversations you've already had, and so we want those times in midweek meetings to be met in each other's homes, sharing more meals, going out like bowling, mini golf, playing games, or like I said, more conversation. Whatever your group needs, we want to cater to y'all and allow for your D groups to get what you need from your group as much as possible. And so these are more opportunities we can involve each other in and engage each other in, and so we think that'll enrich the experience here at the Curric. We think it'll enrich the being a part of the student ministry. So in one sense, we're not getting rid of anything, and we're actually adding things, but with a less expectation, less structure in order to be flexible for your schedule. The other thing about this new schedule is it is super flexible. We've got 4 elements that will happen on Sunday nights. You'll arrive at 5, lead dinner from 5 to 5:30, 5:45, depending on what we're having that evening. And then from 5:45 to 6:45, we're just playing. We're playing a game, doing what we've always done. And on that level, nothing's going to change on the front end of Sunday Night Fellowship. From 5 to 6:45, it'll be as it was. But what's important is from 6:45 to 7 is this time of buffer, this time to transition from the fellowship of play to the fellowship of worship. It's a time to kind of transition our hearts, prepare our hearts for what it means to worship in a group of like-minded people, a group of fellow believers, and just prepare for that. We have that 15 minutes. I think that 15 minutes is the most crucial part of what this Sunday night fellowship is going to look like. And then after that, we'll have a small just Devo and preparation for what y'all are going to talk about and engage in for D groups, and partake in the quote-unquote curriculum for that evening. That'll look very different based on your group. It'll engage with you all as students wherever you're at, and it'll be led by your D group. Your D group leaders know where you're going to be at, and we're going to allow for the flexibility of the conversation go where it needs to go. And so those are the 4 elements, but the flexibility in that is saying, maybe I'm not comfortable with everything that's going to be happening on Sunday nights. That's okay. Well, I've been there. I'm sure other leaders have been there. And it's like, I just want to come for the food, and I just want to come for the game. That's the beauty of that 15 minutes. That's not just a 15 minutes to transition into worship. That's maybe a time to transition to go home. Maybe you're not ready to worship with this group, and that's okay. We get it. That's why we put that 15 minutes in there, so that you can, find your ride, get a ride home. Maybe you're driving yourself. You can drive yourself home during that 15 minutes, and that's okay. We get that. Or maybe you're just busy, and it's like, I can only be there until 6:45, 7 o'clock. I only have time for that. Like I said, it's a busy culture. We got a lot going on, and we want to be accommodating to that. So using that 15 minutes, like I just got a lot of homework. Maybe I just want to spend some time with my family. I want to play with the game, but I'm going to go home, and that's okay. We want to support you wherever you're at and whatever's going on in your life, and meet you wherever you are at. Or maybe it's, maybe I was at the Cardinals game and I can't get there in time to eat dinner and play the game, but I still want to come for worship, and I still want to meet with my D group. Come during that 15 minutes. Come between 6:45 and 7. Those 15 minutes really, are key to making this Sunday night work. Really key to allowing all different types of students engage with us on Sunday nights. We hope and we pray that you come for all of it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing so much. We're going to be engaging in ways we never have before, at times we never have before. So please come for the whole thing. But if you're just so busy you can only come from one half or the other, that's okay. If you're not comfortable with one half or the other, that's also okay. We would love to just meet you wherever you're at, and that's what's important here. Our goal is not to disrupt your life, but we want to come alongside with what you are doing, what you're going on in your life, and be a part of that as much as we possibly can. So I hope that helps you all in determining what the Sunday Night Fellowship is. You as parents, if you want to get involved, what we really need during the week is homes open for D groups to meet, during that non-structured D group time. We really hope that all the D groups meet in each other's homes, that we can meet each other at the places we live. Our leaders will host. We hope that y'all can host for those that are willing. It's not mandatory, but we would love to see that happen. Maybe every week you meet in a different person's home and sharing a meal in their home, or have a game night or a movie night, or if you got a pool, maybe swimming, whatever it may be. It could be just a space to have more conversation in. We think that's important. Maybe the conversation on Sunday night wasn't over. And so you need to continue that conversation later in the week. We want good space for that. Also, just being able to transport your kids wherever their meeting is at, if they can't drive. We obviously have leaders that can take people places, but we really do want to alleviate a lot of some of the work that our leaders are already doing by not having them to pick up all the time. But we love to pick them up. We think it's a great time to interact. So if that is needed, please ask. And lastly, we do have Sunday Night Fellowship for our youth parents. It's not every week, but some weeks there will be times where the youth parents can engage with one another, where it'll be kind of a structured conversation, a structured fellowship amongst parents of youth. I think that is so important for us to kind of engage with others that are in a similar time of life, maybe struggling with same types of struggles, or sharing in great joys of what your children are doing. That is a great time to do that and just be a part of others that are in that same space. So we really just want to encourage, Sunday nights. It's a big deal. And in that sense, we didn't want to change anything because it was already a big deal. We're just adding so much more opportunities of fellowship that we want as much engagement as we can get, both from our staff, from our youth, and from our parents. We're here to love and support you, and we want to make sure that we do that in the best possible way. So please, if you've got any input, if you've got questions beyond this video, beyond the email, please let us know. We're here for you guys. We're here to love you all as much as we possibly can. And so part of that is, we're not always right, or things need to adjust. And we ask for a little bit of grace there, but we do enjoy input, and we do enjoy critiquing things where they need to be critiqued, because we do want to keep getting better. And like I said, growth is, it comes with the best and most opportunities to share the gospel. So if we can better ourselves from this, great. We want to continue to provide those opportunities to share the gospel, to be the best opportunity. So you're a big role in that, and so please be conversing with us as much as possible. Let us know of any questions. We're here for you. Thanks.